Welcome to the 2021 World Series of Poker. It's back with a few additional guidelines. Mini hoops to jump through as far as signing up on the Clear app, uploading your vaccination card status, confirming that you're going to play in the World Series of Poker, checking in at the cashier cage to prove that you are vaccinated, loading your Bravo Live account with cold hard cash, only to register for tournaments on the Bravo Live Poker app, which you must also sign up for. That does not work very well at all. And then you can go to a kiosk, swipe your player's card, which you also need to get. And then if the kiosk isn't out of paper or isn't having some sort of malfunction, it will print you out a ticket, and that ticket will take you to the late registration line where you can wait longer to get a seat. Keep in mind, there is a $3 fee for every time you use Bravo Poker Live, or there's a 3% fee if you use your credit card to fund your gambling addiction. Everything is a shakedown, but we are here. 2021 World Series of Poker, this $500, $5 million guaranteed World Series of Poker reunion event is going to have over 10,000 entrants, so it's going to be pretty tough to reach the final table, let alone win it. But like I always say, you want to enter every live tournament optimistic, but in the end, you must be realistic. Odds are you're going to lose 80, 90% of the time, you're going to lose 100% of your investment. 0.0001% of the time, you will win 1,000 of your buy-ins. Once you do win that buy-in, I would advise you to cash out, pay your taxes, and never play poker for any large stakes again, because it's all downhill from there. It's what I call chasing the dragon. Leave a winner. Don't chase that high and end up a loser. And we're back at the Rio for day 1B of the $500, $5 million guaranteed 2.5 hour line yesterday. Really hurt my back. Never thought standing would hurt so much, but I'm recovered 100%. Looking to bag and tag 500,000 chips. Not greedy. Let's make good decisions. And the good news is we have a new challenge. That's right. The Bank Rolls Royce Challenge. The goal is to turn my $10,000 deposit at the Rio cage into $350,000 to get that Rolls Royce Cullinan. This car is very special to me because I had the most popular comment on Doug DeMuro's Rolls Royce Cullinan review. Check it out. So, you might think it's impossible, but the truth is all it takes is one bink. One epic run, one streak of 20 flips in a row. We can do it. This is the last year the World Series of Poker will be held at the Rio, so let's cherish this great event as we walk through a cloud of cancer and nicotine and 669 chemicals through the red carpet and into the 65-degree Rio Pavilion, Brasilia, or Amazon room. Come with me on the journey. It's going to be a crazy 45 days of poker. Like and subscribe.
Good morning. Is that your social security number on it?
No, my ID is wrong actually on this.
Only suckers use the ATM.
Shut up.
I finally get registered and sit down with a 50,000 chip stack. Blinds are 300, 600, 600. I'm in middle position with Queen Jack of Diamonds. Of course, we're going to raise this one up to 1,500. The cutoff thinks about it for a while, and I know what's coming. It's going to be a 3-bet to 3,500. Small sizing. What's he repping? Aces? Folds back around to me. I contemplate 4-bet bluffing here versus the small sizing. It's actually polarizing in a way that it's just some random shit. Or it's aces, and there's probably more random shit than aces. So I eventually roll low and decide not to warm 4-bet, and we put in the call. Let's see a flop. The flop comes 9-8-5 with 2 clubs, no diamonds. We have 2 overs and the nut gutter. Always good to be drawing to the nuts, especially in 3-bet pots. Unfortunately, we're out of position, so we're going to have to come up with a plan for this one. And the plan is to check call and bluff on later streets if we do not improve and if he shuts down on the turn. The turn is a king, a good card for his range, which can have a lot of ace kings in it. I check, and he checks it back. So at this point, I think he might have something like pocket tens, pocket sevens, pocket sixes maybe. Maybe still slow playing an ace king, afraid that I flopped a set. So the river brings the offsuit 10 gin. And now the question is, do I check and go for the check raise, or do I bet it and try to get max value? I decide to bet, and now the question is what size will be appropriate. We have a very strong hand, so we should bet a very strong amount. I make it 16,000, and he goes deep into the tank. By his body language, I know he's not going to raise. He's agonizing between a call and a fold. I'm praying for a call, but ultimately he puts in the fold and shows me pocket jacks, and we still take down a nice pot. Off to a good start at the World Series of Poker.
We gotta have that big one in the middle at 25.
It's the sickest chip trick you've ever seen.
One of the
Ready? Wow, it's like Shin Lin. David Copperfield.
In live tournament poker, as players get eliminated, the field shrinks, which causes less and less tables to be needed. When this happens, you will be asked to leave your table and go to a new table until there is one table left, the final table. Of course, we're light years away from that ever happening, so we get placed at a new table with blinds at 600, 1200. I'm immediately in the big blind. Horrible timing, but it is what it is. That's gambling. I look around the table and it looks very recreational. This is a good sign. And my instincts are confirmed when low jack, high jack, cutoff, and button all open limp for 1,200 chips. Small blind folds, and I check king deuce off in the big blind. Flop comes king jack 3 rainbow. Everybody checks around. I feel like my king is the best hand at this point. So when the turn's a 4, I bet 2,500, and that gets me 2 calls and 2 folds. 3 ways to a river, which is a queen. Not really the best river for me. A lot of people will have hands like queen jack, 9, 10, ace 10. These all beat me now. But I think the best play here is to put in a blocker bet. Still try to get a crying call from queen X or jack X. So I bet 3,500. One player folds, and the Asian male on the button who has 125,000 in his stack makes it 8,000 to go. Just over a min raise. What's he repping? I think the hand that makes the most sense would be a hand like queen jack. So if I'm putting him squarely on queen jack, my options are fold, why call when you're never good, or turn my top pair into a bluff. A very unique concept that very few people have the audacity to pull off. It hits me in the moment that this is the correct play. I have about 40,000 chips behind. I don't want to make it look like a bluff. I want to make it look like value. So I re-raise to 30,000. Asian male age 21 to 40 looks at me and says, really? Really? I nod. He thinks about it a while and he folds. I look at my cards and muck the king. So I have 1 card remaining. And I show that 1 card to my new neighbor. He laughs. I go to muck that card, and of course the dealer correctly exposes the card. Show 1, show all is a rule I'm familiar with. I did it on purpose. The whole table sees the deuce. They erupt in confusion and laughter. Asian male, not happy. And we're off to a great start at our new table. I will be cognizant of my aggressive image. Let's see how this one plays out.
Let's meet Anthony Simons.
Simo is the baby-faced bad boy of bowling. Dropping out of high school at only 16 to become a pro bowler, his scrappy style has gotten him far.
When you grow up on the lanes, you grow up fast and tough.
While he might look sweet and innocent, Simo's temper is anything but.
Special guest at the World Series of Poker. How many events are you playing this year?
0.
All right.
With blinds at 800, 1,600, action folds to middle position. The same 21 to 40-year-old Asian male makes it 7,000 in middle position. 7,000, over 4x. It's a big raise. He has about 100,000 to start the hand. It folds to me on the button, and I look down at ace, king offsuit. Might as well be aces against this opponent. Now, I could flat. We do have position. I could 3-bet 1/3 of my stack, or I could shove all in. I'm going to choose option B this time and 3-bet to 20K. It feels right. Looks like I have a raise folding range here. So if he wants to go crazy with ace 5 suited or ace queen or ace jack, we're going to keep the door open for him. Action folds around to that Asian male, and he quickly rips it all in. No hesitation. Plan is to call, so I put in the call, and he shows us pocket 8s. very aggressive, very optimistic. We're flipping. Let's win this huge flip. And we have video.
Bad start. 8s are lucky, you know. Very lucky.
Crazy, you were just talking about 8s like a minute ago.
Very lucky. Pocket 4s, not lucky.
I'm Polo. Got you.
How you making up, buddy?
It's re-entered.
That's good.
Oh,
Good start.
wait, how long do we have though? The people still
30
in?
minutes, 30 minutes.
No.
Yes.
With blinds at 1,500, 3,000, action folds to the button. It makes it 8,000 to go. Small blind folds. And I have a little bit over 25,000. To start the hand, I look down at Ace Jack, Alan Jackson. Easy rip. Good luck us. We're all in. He puts in the call and shows King 9 suited. Let's win this 60-40. We have video. With blinds at 1,500, 3,000, I have Ace Queen offsuit under the gun. Raise it up to 6,000 to go. The player on my direct left has had a rough go of it as of late. A lot of frustrating folds, and he rips it in there. All in, 47,000 chips. We barely have him covered. Action folds back around to us. What do you do with Ace Queen here? Fold? Just put him on Ace King? Or do you think he's had enough and he's shoving very wide? Tough spot. When in doubt, put the chips in the middle and see what happens. You got to get lucky to win tournaments. You can't be raised folding Ace Queen all the time. We put in the call and we see the bad news. Pocket kings. Let's get lucky.
Straight.
And I'm out of the World Series of Poker $500 buy-in event once again. Got to win your all-ins. Got to win those races. Got to suck out. A lot of things got to go right, and today they did not. $1,000 gone, but I'm going to bring another $1,000 tomorrow to fire. Try to bag up for day 2 of this $5 million tournament. Stay tuned.
So the heat is flattered your ways. You got that flat.
Looks like bread.
Red flat.
Day 1C, $500 reunion, $5 million guaranteed. About to put in that third bullet. In for $1,500, out for 6 figures. Put it in the universe, therefore it must happen. Let's get in there, bag and tag. With blinds at 400, 800, seat 7, open limps. 60-year-old Caucasian male. Action folds to me on the button. I look down at 2 red cards, and they match. Pocket aces. Raise it up to 2,500 off of my 50K stack. The blinds fold, and the limper puts in the call. He started this hand with around 25,000. Let's get that stack. The flop comes. Ace, 10, 5, 2 spades. Top set never looks so good, although it might be tough to get action. When he checks, I want to down bet to 2,000 since we double block top pair. Hopefully he has some spade or Broadway continues, maybe some 10X in there. He does put in the call. The turn is an offsuit 6, a beautiful card. Time to size up on the turn so we can play for stacks on the river. He checks, I bet 6,000, and he quickly calls. Does he have the remaining ace? Is he slow playing a set of 10s? The turn brings a 4 of spades, and if he shoves into me, I might just puke on the table because people usually just have the flush here. Fortunately, he checks, and we're going to go for max value. I shove all in, having him covered. He has about 14,000 behind, and he quickly folds and claims he had king, queen of diamonds. Unlucky, bro, and we're up to 60,000. Some early observations from my play yesterday is the pace of play is extremely slow, as predicted. All tables are 10-handed, and most dealers are rookies. That's not a good combination for hands per hour, so it's really a test of patience. Of course, card distribution will make or break you in this environment. You got to get good hands or else you're just going to blind out slowly. One hand every 5 minutes. Look down at Jack Deuce off and look forward to the next 5 minutes of watching others click buttons and drag pots. But I know people don't like negativity. I'm just trying to give you a real perspective on the environment. Looks like the World Series of Poker has a new sponsor this year, Velo. I actually don't even want to give them a shout out because they have a big tent right outside the main entrance that sells, I believe, e-cigs with huge signs that say, warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, something that kills 500,000 people in the US every year. Shout out to Big Tobacco. And of course, the entrance is The only way in and out, really. What's up, man? How's it going? And yeah, that's where you gotta breathe in a bunch of smoke. And yeah, I know I'm a big baby, but these are my lungs. There should be a better way. Or I can just grin and bear it for the next 45 days. But all kidding aside, they do a great job of attracting all the recreational players, which make it a very profitable venture in the long run for professionals. So the amateurs get their shot of winning a lot of money, and the professionals have a better shot of winning the money. But it's tough to see the long run when you're seeing 20 hands per hour. With blinds at 501,000, a player to my right in seat 10 is a little frustrated from the last few hands. He's under the gun +1 and he opens 2,500. I'm next to act. Look down at ace queen. He has about 40,000 to start. So I contemplate a 3-bet, but you know, 10-handed ace queen, not the greatest. We can play a pot in position. I put in the call. Guy on my right who's been bulldozing the table, seems to always have it, puts in the 3-bet to 11,000. What's he repping? Action folds around to the original raiser who puts in the fold, and it's back to me. Do I back jam 50K? Stack sizes are pretty decent for it. Ace queen off. Is this how we're going broke? Is he doing this with ace jack? Pocket tens. What's his range? I conclude that this is a losing proposition and I get out cheap. I fold ace queen. I ask him nicely, ace jack, question mark. And he shows me ace king. Really on my A game today. I can almost envision the bag and tag in 10 hours.
Shout out to Christian Sawyers.
What's that?
I said shout out to Christian Sawyers.
There you go.
There you go.
With blinds at 800, 1,600, early position limps. Middle position makes it 5,100 to go. Another 60-year-old Caucasian male, my favorite. Action folds to me in the small blind and I look down at my favorite hand. 2 red aces again. Nice shuffling dealer. Happily take it, and we're gonna obviously 3-bet this. My opponent has me covered. I have about 50,000 to start this hand. I make it 15,100 to go. You gotta make it easy for him. Mentally, they're like, oh, 2 more 5K chips? Let's see a flop. Limper folds, and original raiser puts in the call after quite a lot of deliberation. When the flop comes, queen 9-5, feeling pretty good. We want to geometrically size our flop and turn bets, so I bet 10,000 on the flop. He calls, and we're hoping for a brick on the turn. The turn is a queen. Not too many combos of queen X remaining. Maybe king queen. Does he raise, call king queen pre? Ace queen we block pretty well. Guess he could have pocket 9s, but in the end, we're looking to get value from kings, jacks, 10s, and deny equity from his random draws. So I shove all in for about half pot, and he quickly puts in the call. I expect to be shown a queen, and I'm wrong. He shows me 2 queens, and we have video.
Oh my gosh. That's a dream. Second time it happens to us.
Aces.
That's terrible.
Did I win? Hours wasted waiting in lines, driving to the casino, walking all over the place, and in the end I lose $1,500. Congratulations to everybody else that will get a piece of my money. It is now gone. I know what you're thinking. Boski, you can still fire a 4th bullet. Late reg is open. That is correct. I could reg with the Bravo Live Fast Track on my phone with my preloaded money. But the problem is, as you can see in the following video, is there is a monstrous unmoving line for alternates to come in because all the tables are filled and all the dealers are used. Supply and demand. Again and again at the World Series of Poker, they never learn. It's hard to quantify how much money they've lost by not hiring more cashiers or hiring more dealers. The demand is there. They cannot give us the supply. I don't get it. Time is money. Time is the ultimate commodity, and it's just not worth my time, especially after busting with aces. Aces cracked. And I'm out of the World Series of Poker. $5 million guaranteed. We'll get them next time.